Airways, BA, says its operations are slowly getting back to normal after a computer system failure caused scores of flights to be canceled over the weekend. Analysts say the tech meltdown could end up costing the airline, get this, more than $100 million. Samuel Burke has been following this from the beginning. You know, Samuel, I'm completely dumbfounded in terms of how this could happen. And it is such a colossal financial risk that they are taking on not understanding what IT glitch could have led to this.
Paula, colossal is the word. We've just heard from the British Airways CEO saying that 75,000 people have been affected by this outage, which started a power problem, which turned into an IT problem because the systems couldn't message each other. Though the CEO just said that 2/3 of affected people will make it home today, though you and I look at that and we see 1/3 of people will not be making it home. And it doesn't really hit home until you see pictures like this one that the CNN crew got of sleeping bags being handed out at hotels by BA so that people can sit there and try and sleep on couches because there aren't enough hotel rooms. I don't even have kids, in spite of your pestering, Paula, so I can only imagine what a family like yours would be like if they were stuck in one of these hotels with just sleeping bags. Now, I just want to put up on the screen what other airlines have experienced these type of tech issues, because if you think it's becoming more common, it is. You have British Airways right now. Delta Airlines has had 2 of these, 2017 and 2016. A small fire started one of their issues. Southwest Airlines in both July in 2016 and 2015, a software problem. United Airlines, earlier this year, they had to ground all flights in the U.S. for 2 hours. At the end of the day, these companies haven't invested the major bucks that it takes to rework the reservation systems that they have had for so long, and that's at the core of it. But if these airlines, not just British, if these airlines, plural, don't do something soon, they're going to get regulated. So they've got to act now, or governments are going to step in. And we know all these companies hate being regulated, but they're going to go the way of the banks if they don't step up and do something.
Yeah, it's incredible, you know, the tens of millions of dollars at least that have been lost here. They could have spent the money upgrading their IT. What are they spending their money on, these airlines? I mean, I've got these fancy new apps on my phone. I love them, but should they have been spending it on, you know, their reservation system with, like you point out, it's absolutely medieval.
That's, the fancy new apps is exactly what they're spending it on, because that's much less money, and it gives them something in the short term. Investors like that. But long term, they haven't spent the big bucks because that would cost so much money. So on top of those flashy apps, you also have the kiosks. Why are they spending more money on the digital kiosks? Well, in the hopes of not having to employ so many people. And again, they're going for the short-term profit instead of the long-term profit here over and over again. And that's really what has 75,000 people affected here in the UK, and of course other countries that have had the knock-on effect from these IT issues. Amazing to think that the technology is supposed to fix all this, and what we hear over and over again is you have to have a human backup system. Well, they do. What we're seeing right now is the human backup system, but clearly not enough to keep people moving, so they really have to have a more effective backup system with not just the humans, but also the backup computer systems.
Yeah, and I hasten to point out that the way they handle this in terms of air traffic control is that you have redundancy built into the system. That's why we have such confidence in control systems like that. British Airways need to take note.